All rise, please. You may be seated. Today, we are gathered here together to celebrate one of life's greatest moments, the joining of two hearts and two people as one. In this ceremony today, we will witness the joining of Corwen and Nancy in marriage. For them, out of the routine of ordinary life, the extraordinary has happened. They met each other, they fell in love, and are finalizing it today with their wedding. Romance is fun, but true love is something far more, and it is their desire to love each other for life. There is no refunds, no exchanges, and no returns at this point in time. You're stuck with each other. Deal with it. And this is what we are celebrating here today. But today is also a celebration for the rest of us as well. For it is a pleasure for us to see love in bloom and to participate in the union of two people who have chosen to commit their lives to each other. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7 says, "Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoice whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every single circumstance." This is probably one of the most famous passages when it comes to love in the Bible. It is a passage that has been spoken on time and time again at many weddings beforehand, and this one will be no different. It is not because it is easy, but because it is true. True love is all of these things. Nancy and Corwen, these are all things that the two of you have already had to learn how to do together and to have with each other. These attributes of true love are not always easy to follow. Often we feel things that are very opposite to love. Things like jealousy, pride, irritability, and all of those things that can grind our gears constantly when we are in love. Once the honeymoon stage is over, and believe me, eventually the honeymoon stage will be over, things will start to settle down, and you will notice all of the little things. The things that drive you crazy. Things like leaving the toilet seat up, or not putting the cap back on the toothbrush, or the hair constantly clogging the drain in the bathroom sink or shower, clothes left beside the laundry basket instead of being put in the laundry basket. And all of this can drive you crazy. It never goes directly from point A to point Z overnight. You will go through the entire alphabet before the big problems start to happen. But remember, the last part of this verse says love does not give up. It does not just allow the small things to become a problem. Love will allow you to communicate with each other, to never lose faith in each other. Although you have made mistakes, done something wrong, or pushed too many of the wrong buttons, which, let's be honest, I know you two all too well. You love to push each other's buttons. But love means that tomorrow is a new day, and there is hope that circumstances will change, and that both of you will to hopefully learn their lesson and change, hopefully for the better after that point in time. True love will endure through all circumstances. Whatever comes your way, love will persevere. Hard times, angry times, sad times, and mad times, love will endure. And love is more than just marriage. Love is a partnership where both parties have to play a part. Matthew Henry said this: Eve was not taken out of Adam's head to be over him, neither out of his feet to be trampled on by him, but out of his side to be equal with him, under his arm to be protected by him, and near his heart to be loved by him. Corwen, you have a job to do. To protect Nancy, to cover her, to love her with your whole heart, even when things get hard. And Nancy, you have the same responsibility as well. You have to have all of these things with Corwen. You are a part of him, and he is a part of you. When things get hard, when life gets in the way of all that you have, remember this day. Remember that you love each other. Remember to have patience, kindness, to not speak hastily with pride or rudeness. Remember, do not demand your own way, even when you know that you are right. Do not hold on to the past wrongs. Let it go. Forgive. Forget. Seek out the truth together in all circumstances. Don't ever give up on each other. Instead, persevere and persist through the tough times. Hold on to hope together in every situation that you may face. Remember this day when things get tough. Remember the vows that you are about to speak to each other, and lean on the good memories that you have together. These are the things that will sustain your love for one another. I'm going to read the same passage again from the Amplified Version, as it puts things into perfect perspective as to what love really is. Love endures with patience and sincerity. Love is kind and thoughtful. It is not jealous or envious. Love does not brag, and it is not proud or arrogant. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not provoked, nor easily sensitive or easily angered. It does not take into account a wrong endured. It does not rejoice at injustice, but rejoices in the truth, when right and truth prevail. Love bears all things, regardless of what comes, believes all things, and looks for the best in each one, hopes all things, remains steadfast during difficult times, and endures all things without weakening or wavering. Now that we have spoken about what love is, it is time for the two of you to publicly share this new covenant that you are making with each other. After. All right, Corwen, you're going to repeat after me. I, Corwen, take you, Nancy, to be my wife. And I promise before God and our families and friends these things. To take care of you as God has called a man to care for his wife. To love, honor, and serve you. To always be there when you need me. Knowing when to speak and when to listen. When to lead and when to follow. I will be sensitive to your needs. Sharing in openness and honesty. And seek with you God's will for our lives. As we follow him together. For richer or poor. In good times and bad. In sickness and in health. This is my solemn vow. All right, Nancy, your turn. I, Nancy, take you, Corwen,
take you, Corwen,
to be my husband,
to be my husband.
and I promise before God
And I promise before God
and our families and friends
and our families and friends
these things,
these things,
to care for you
to care for you
as God has called
as God has called
a woman to care for her husband,
a woman to care for her husband,
to love, honor, and serve you,
to love, honor, and serve you,
to always be there
to always be there
when you need me,
when you need me,
knowing when to speak
knowing when to speak
and when to listen,
and when to listen,
when to lead
when to lead
and when to follow.
and when to follow.
I will be sensitive to your needs,
I will be sensitive to your needs,
sharing in openness and honesty,
sharing in openness and honesty,
and seek with you
and seek with you
God's will for our lives
God's will for our lives
as we follow him together,
as we follow him together,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poor,
in good times and bad,
in good times and bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
Perfect. Wave the rings, please. One more question for each of you then. Corwen, do you take Nancy to be your wife? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect her, forsaking all others and holding only unto her forevermore? Nancy, do you take Corwen to be your husband? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect him, forsaking all others and holding only unto him forevermore? The ring is a symbol of unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end, no giver and no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. May these rings always remind you of the vows that you have taken. You may exchange your rings. At this time, we will sign the registry. At this point in time, the couple has chosen to do the sand ceremony. The unity sand ceremony is a tradition in which a couple pours sand from separate vessels into a unified central one. It represents two people coming together in marriage. Once the sand has been joined, it is impossible to separate it. This symbolizes their marriage as well. What has now been joined together will be impossible to separate. To make your relationship work will take love. This is the core of your marriage and why we are here today. It will take trust to know that in your hearts you truly want what is best for each other. And it will take dedication to stay open to one another, to learn and grow together. It will take faith to go forward together without knowing exactly what the future is going to bring. And it will take commitment to hold true to the journey you both have pledged today. But by the power invested in me, by the province of Alberta, by One Life Church, and by God, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. It is my pleasure to announce to you the newly married couple, Corwen and Nancy Main. There will be a receiving line afterwards for those of you who want to congratulate the couple. For those who are invited to the reception, you may make your way downstairs. And once again, I would like to announce the happy new couple, Corwen and Nancy Main. I get first dibs. Yeah!